This is a limited series powered by the Work Defined Podcast Network. What is going on? This is Ryan Leary from Work Defined. Have you ever wondered what really goes down behind the cubicles? This is Workplace Misconduct, the limited series based on Fama's 9 to 5 Nightmares podcast, where workplace misconduct gets unpacked. Raw stories, real consequences, and frankly, lessons we all need to hear. This series is brought to you by Fama, helping companies screen for misconduct before it's a headline. Check them out at fama.io.
This is William Tincup and Ryan Leary. We're broadcasting from Fama's booth at HR Tech. And we got John on from DailyPay. John, how are you doing?
It's good, man. I mean, a bit of jet lag, but definitely.
Where are you flying in from?
New York. New York.
Yeah.
So
I don't have the boo sound effect.
No.
you probably should have the buttons for your.
Over.
Yeah. I get to participate in the applause and boos as well.
So, let's do a couple things. What do you do for DailyPay?
Yeah, so I support the HR program at DailyPay. By title, I'm the CPO of the organization, but that just means beginning to end, middle, a lot of beginning.
A lot of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a small firm. There's about 850 of us, so, yeah.
But you can, the cool thing is in that position, you get to see everything from sourcing to outplacement. There's never a dull moment, if you will.
Yeah, cradle to grave, and then sometimes beyond that. Yeah, it's a great organization. I'll tell you that, there's certain orgs that, you go in, you do work, and you clock out at the end of the day. We've got some legitimately good people. I think we've got a bit of a vibe going on, and so I'm really grateful for the team.
So what we're trying to uncover are stories of employees behaving badly. So not employees at DailyPay, but just in general, stories that you've heard of. So, you've done this bit for a long time, right?
The smile says he might want to talk DailyPay.
No, the smile's like I'm thinking about my employment counsel and the fact that he's probably going to be upset about this after the fact.
No. So your go-to, you're at a cocktail party and someone's going, they learn that you're chief people officer. They're going to ask you about HR. So that's just going to happen. You know that. I know that. So what's your go-to story?
So I feel like there's the standard go-tos of hey, we have a consensual relationship policy and people breaching that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Who am I to tell love what to do?
Right.
But I'll say that one of the biggest HR horror stories that I've had was 100% self-inflicted, which is I'm glad I'm through my probationary period, so I can probably share this in good faith.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I think HR people talk about is this idea of separation between church and state. You don't go to barbecues, you don't go and hang out after work, and it's you just never know, right? And so earlier in my career, I did not have respect for that golden rule.
Wait, so is this a horror story about you?
No. I've had this particular horror story. I think.
Yeah. So at the time, I was working in manufacturing. We're in an economic downturn. Laid off. We shuttered one of our facilities. And all of that, I kind of knew about beforehand because I was working through the process.
Right.
And so I was invited to this wedding. And it was for one of my coworkers, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? It was early in my career, church and state rule. I don't know. That feels like
you gotta go to a wedding.
Yeah, you gotta live a little, right?
I
worked with this person for the last 4.5 years, and
they don't know they're being fired.
It wasn't them. So I feel like that would have been an opportunity for me to go and bow out. So the long and short of it was, regrettably, we went through a bit of a riff, and we had to let a number of employees go out of a number of our facilities. And so in that Gantt chart of, hey, by the way, we're going to go and do this, there wasn't a, hey, by the way, who's sitting next to who in the seating plan of the wedding. And so the following week, like show up, like 20-year-old me, bright and bushy tail. I finally got invited to something.
You're cool now.
I'm like in the in crowd. Like tell all my friends. Got invited to a grown-up wedding.
Yeah.
I show up and I find my seat, and sitting not across from me, not like at like immediately adjacent, is this senior level leader that we have. I saw the last time I saw was 7 days ago. His lovely wife was with him, and I'll tell you that it's one thing to go to like a cocktail party with a whole bunch of people you don't really want to talk to, and you just kind of like muddle through like 10 minutes of small talk, just trying to deflect, engage in a bit of like social jujitsu. 3 hours is no joke.
Yeah. So now you get to go on and like experience something that you've always wanted to do.
I think I had like pit stains by the time, like 15 minutes into it. I went to the restroom probably about 18 times during that meal. I couldn't bow out because there was like an agenda to it.
Yeah.
And so, man, I walked out of there and I was like, in my brain, I'm like, okay, what did I commit to? I wrote down notes around like, oh, this is going to show up. Their attorney's going to present this as part of their factum.
Oh yeah.
Like they're probably recording it. It's a single party consent state from a wiretap perspective. Like my brain is just
went
whirling.
Down conspiracy.
Yeah.
Well, you have to.
Yeah. So, anyways, the moral of the story: completely self-inflicted, HR nightmare. Did it to myself.
Right.
Yeah, that's my story.
You would at this stage in your career, you would have bowed out of that. You wouldn't, if knowing what you know, you probably would have attended the wedding.
I wouldn't have known though. I didn't realize until I showed up. What you can't see on the podcast is that I have a bunch of white hair. 95% of that happened in that one session in
3 hours.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
For 3 hours, I aged you.
For 3 hours. And I'll tell you that, like, well, the guy that I was sitting next to was pretty cordial. His wife had nothing to lose, and so she was cutting, like, walked out of there, and it was just
100%.
like, she's showing me photos of her family and her kids. I'm just like,
we're going to have to take him out of private school. Okay, great.
Just, I mean, I think that it was probably therapeutic for them, but, there was like a reciprocal amount of therapy that I had to go through afterwards.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They got to get it out all after every drink. They're like, well, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. You take already like a fraught situation, you load into it in an open bar.
Well, there really isn't anything that we could have done differently. Because you didn't know. I mean, had you known...
It's like an ambush.
Right?
Yeah. Like, it was like the ultimate HR ambush. So I guess the moral of the story is like there's certain codes of conduct.
Right.
Separation of church and state. Let this be a lesson.
Believe in it.
Yeah.
Believe in it.
There's a reason it exists.
Yeah.
This has been fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Would love to come back.
All right.
See ya.